All right, we're at the Jeremy Riggs pop-up class here. This is my, I don't know, third or fourth video by now, and I really have to nail this thing now. And I think if I can do a little bit of flat water starts, maybe just a tad of a on-way depth foil, and just feel it like it comes out of the water and gets me up, I think then I'll get already pretty far. I don't think I need to pump around for hundreds of meters here and become a flat water star. That's not what I need personally, because we have all the bumps and that's where it's at. But this technique will absolutely help me. Just real quick, good morning. What's your name?
I'm Garrett.
Nice to meet you, Garrett. My name is Mike.
Mike.
Just real quick, tell us why are you doing this? What's the appeal to it, and what you done before that has led you to this?
So I'm currently from Maui originally. I live on the East Coast now, in the Navy, in Virginia Beach, Virginia. So we currently have really crappy conditions out there. So, you know, practicing out there and then coming here and learning the drills is really going to help me out, you know, in pop-up practice, because we have so many opposing currents, so many inlets, rivers, and tides draining out. And then if you can master the pop-up practice here, it's going to be heaven out there doing the Maliko or the Kihei run. It's just that much easier.
Awesome. And have you done any foiling before, or any kind of previous experience?
Yeah, so I've done like SUP foiling, SUP surfing, prone, tow foiling.
Okay.
By far, I would say this is probably the hardest to do, but it's the most rewarding, because you're getting up with the power of just the paddle, no help from the wings. So something about that, surfing in the open ocean, is just, I think that's where, you know, the sport is going. It's just SUP, open ocean foiling, channel crossings. Cool. So it's a dream.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really different. It's like first it's also about the gear, and the technique help a lot. And thanks to Jeremy, we are learning like the tricks, you know, to go high, to go forward. And yeah, the cool thing is that we are always learning and it never ends, you know?
Awesome.
Windsurfing, stand-up paddling, kite surfing, and boom, SUP foiling. So cool.
Yeah, something new. So that's cool. So we're here at the Jeremy class, and let's go and learn this thing. In the water, and the main task of this whole thing remains to be how to keep my board straight. Every time I'm making that motion, my board takes a turn, and it bothers the living crap out of me. I just got my piece of motivation. There's so many people that are just like me. They're not athletes, they're not 20. They can learn it, I can learn it. They can learn it, I can learn it. Then you have Bolivia over here. Go girl. Downwinding is different from flat water. And boy, you need cardio. All right, struggling hard here. And here's our teacher. What are the people most struggling with when they come to you? What's their main concern? What they need help with?
Usually is paddle technique and paddling straight, and then it's porpoising the board. And okay. Yeah, so those three things I think that's the most important and the hardest to figure out.
Okay, and in terms of learning curve, like how fast do you see people really progressing and getting somewhere if they come regularly?
Fairly quickly, within 3 or 4 sessions. All depends on the person. Sometimes it's going to be a few more sessions. Sometimes you get some kids here that'll figure out how to do it in one day.
Oh, kids, wish to be a kid again. Yeah, all right. Well, paddling straight is definitely my issue here, and we're going to keep at it. And thanks for your services.
Yeah. Glad to help,
awesome
man.
Community service here with Jeremy, helping everybody. A sport that is just taking off like mad everywhere.
It's a lot of fun.
And it is a shit ton of fun. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It's also a workout. All right, I found true inspiration after frustrations paddling around. I found Scott, and Scott is an absolute waterman inspiration to me. 66 years old, masters all sorts of crafts, and he's here and he's doing it. And how does this find you?
I'm just trying to keep up with the young guys. It's a great sport. It's a lot of freedom and enjoyment, and I'm going to keep working at it to see if I can master it.
Very cool. And of course, Scott wouldn't be here if he wouldn't have mastered all sorts of other sports, right? You're windsurfer, SUP, everything. Big waves.
Not the big waves. Small big waves.
Small big.
I don't get in the large ones.
Okay.
But I enjoy waves, wave sailing, kiting, SUP foiling, everything winging, all the water sports, and now I want to try learning how to do the downwind SUP paddling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. And when I grow up, I want to be like him. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that little go out at Jeremy's class. We just met Scott. What an inspiration. I met a lot of people that are my age, that are not 20, that are not athletes. They can learn it, I can learn it, but it is very technical. I felt a little bit like taking a golf lesson. You know, you're doing a swing, the ball goes right. It's like, the teacher goes like, oh, you got to do this. Well, I'm doing it. Why is it not moving? Well, you got to do it again. And Jeremy broke this thing down really nicely, taking the stroke and the porpoising of the board. People learn how to porpoise the board with their motions with their knees and their feet, and learning how to paddle the board straight. So those are the two separate items, and then bringing that together. And I think for me, I need to learn how to paddle that board straight. There's other boards that are easier to paddle straight. Mine is not as easy as others, as I have found out. I did not know that. But the board does pop up. Other people tried my board and it pops up just fine if you do the right thing. So for me now, the steps will be, I'm gonna go paddle around and get this thing straight. Don't even try to pop up, don't yank on the paddle, just try this thing straight. And also practice porpoising the board, weigh it and unweigh it. And then I'm gonna try to bring this together. I wanna find smallest of small waves that can help me a little bit, and doing this. So I think that's my main takeaway, are those learning pieces. I know I can do it in the bumps, because evidently that's where it's at for me. I'm not at a lake or anywhere. I don't need to do this in flat water. I need to do it in bumps, but I need to be able to just unweigh that foil and get it going a little bit. So I think for now we're concluding this. There's really not much more that I need to discover and learn. I'm gonna learn the board again, like in the one video we had with the wing. We're gonna learn the board surfing. We're gonna learn the board paddling, all those three things. And I have the videos for you guys in the end screen. So if you wanna go through this series of videos, you can do that right now and click on those. And after that, I will have a little bit of a diary. I will continue to film, but I will not make another series. I will just continue to keep track of the progress, and the next big video will be a little bit of a time lapse from the learning and hopefully to my first Molika run, given the time permits, because I also have all of this around me, and that's also work that has to be done. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next video, which will be dropping so soon.